Pinang.
Ya, betul.
Cikgu, Kak Ping, macam mana keadaan sekarang?
Keadaan hari ini hujan daripada tengah hari tadi. Memang cuaca agak mendung dan sejuk lah. Okay. Setakat ni okey lah. Segi yang lain-lain tu biasalah kan. Kes-kes tu masih lagi ada macam biasa.
Cikgu pernah visit TIC tak?
Tak, saya tak pernah dengar TIC until that day cikgu apa yang approach saya tu, Cikgu Raimi that was the first time I heard about TIC. Okay, so this is something that I should learn more about your college kan.
Ya, tak apa. Nanti ada rezeki boleh mai tengok kan.
InsyaAllah dekat je.
Boleh visit TIC.
Boleh sharing ilmu kan dengan student-student TIC.
TIC dekat je, dekat Ipoh je TIC.
Kat sini Penang tak ada branch
Dia nak kata franchise tu kita macam buat collaboration lah dengan industri. Maksudnya kita tawarkan program untuk kat macam sekarang ni kat Kejora Johor kami ada tawarkan program. Maknanya siapa yang berminat boleh ikuti program kami. Cuma mereka belajar kat Johor lah. Gitu.
Macam venture macam tu lah.
Mungkin Prof Pina insya-Allah akan datang nanti akan ada lagi macam mana kan.
Coming soon.
Bolehlah jemput datang buat collaboration dengan sekolah saya kan.
Boleh, tak ada masalah.
Boleh.
Program outreach.
Istina juga. Kita pun boleh invite cikgu bagi future bagi seminar, bagi subjek bahasa Inggeris lah. Kita pun boleh invite juga. Nanti kami bagi tahu dekat CEO kita. Lepas tu hantar proposal semua. Masa akan datang, cikgu pun boleh visit lah kita punya TIC.
Boleh. Kalau ada kena dengan time dan dia punya
Betul.
Okey. Oh, ni ada soalan. Katanya cikgu nanti ada recording kat YouTube tak? Recording kami akan record untuk Zoom ni dan kami akan post di LMS, Learning Management System. Okey. Untuk pada Nur Ain Zulkifli yang bertanya, ya. Okey. Tapi Nur Ain, awak kena daftar dululah. Ni kalau awak dah daftar, awak boleh masuk dalam LMS lah. Nanti awak kena dapat password dan orang kata username. Okey. Kejap nanti saya bagi link.
Senior kita pun dah ada kat sini.
Ada dah?
Dah ada. Welcome.
Okey.
Hai sir.
Oh, Zarina hari ni pakai serban lah.
Oh, ini saya tugas.
Oh, balik masjid ke?
Saya tugas hari ni.
Oh, jadi imam. Oh, ya. Malam ni Zarina kita ada ni bahasa Inggeris. Kira malam terakhir lah untuk sebelum kita grand final nanti. Esok pagi. Apa dia?
So we need to speak today. Dalam the program.
Ya, boleh. Ya.
Okay. Kita boleh tanya tak? Okey, ada soalan ke?
Ya.
Okey.
Okey. Apa ni?
Anak Perak, nak tengok anak Perak.
Baru 100 dalam 100 orang ni yoga. Tak ramai lagi.
Ya, betul. Okey, kita tanya dekat student kita ya. Okey, macam mana program kita, lepas tu dia punya komen, dia orang memang puas hati ke, last minute tu dia orang ada dapat tips ke, yang tu semua nak tanya juga. So student boleh chat dalam kita punya chat box ya. nak tanya soalan pun boleh juga.
Boleh, masalah. Okey, cuma nak info pada teacher Zarina lah kan. Untuk malam ni Encik Ahmad tak masuk sebab dia tak sihat.
Okey. Cik Ahmad tu yang mana? Yang IT IT department
Yang masa kita Zoom mesyuarat itu yang dia nak cakap dia bahagian marketing IT kat lah betul.
Okey.
Yang sebelum ni kalau ikutkan hari pertama sampai malamnya dia yang jadi orang kata MC. Tapi dah straight 4 malam dia MC, kira dia dah tak sihat, dah tumbang dah. Yang kami berdua ganti tu, yang loga ganti dia.
Husna Aina. Okay, ada message dalam chat box. Cikgu Zul, tolong baca.
Okey, puas hati sangat. Tips yang diberi tak pernah didapat dari mana-mana sebelum ni, especially subjek bahasa Melayu hari tu. Cuma peringkat Islam terlepas malam. Okey, tak apa. Kalau terlepas malam tak apa, boleh dapat recording dalam LMS, Digital Learning Management System. Awak cuma masuk dalam tu menggunakan username awak, nombor IC dan password. Password nanti saya cari, saya akan letak dalam chat box ni. Tapi awak kena daftar dulu. Kalau awak dah daftar tak apalah, awak boleh masuk. Okey. Sekejap kita tengok Puan dah masuk ke belum. Masih belum lagi. Okey, tak apa.
Baik, terima kasih. Okey.
Okey, sekarang kita dah ada 119 audiens, 120 dah. Okey. Okey, logo dah letak nombor IC ni, password dia. Okey, tak apa. Okey, sebelum tu kita akan orang kata tunjukkan satu video lah untuk adik-adik sebelum kita mulakan program kita malam ni. Okey, jadi pihak admin akan share video ni untuk kita tonton sama-sama. Okey.
Okey.
Sekejap nanti pihak admin ni tengah setting video set.
Cikgu Zul, video apa tu? Boleh beritahu ya? Video apa tu?
Oh, video dia macam berkenaan dengan subjek bahasa Inggeris juga. Kita pun tak tengok lagi video tu.
Okey. Start dah, okey.
During this pandemic, our school students, especially our, we call it high school students, who is facing the public examination. In bahasa, we call it SPM, Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia, SPM. So they're having problems with the lockdown, with the MCO. They cannot go to school, and then again, exam is just around the corner. The stress that came to them is actually very alarming. So I cannot just keep quiet. Being me, I have to come up with a lot of innovation, and the digital concept that I voiced it out earlier, I actually brought it to my digital seminar for the school SPM students. All allow, and examination is very, very soon. And what we do is not only we provide seminar classes, there's also an engagement, the content, where we try to support their emotion during these difficult times. So that is one of my social responsibility, and we are ongoing, and I'm very proud that Perak institution like TIC is initiating this, and we are also getting a lot of comments, a lot of feedbacks from the international market.
And my last question will be, of course, something very interesting just at the back of me. Let's just look. Wow, I like that. TIC Digital, connecting people through education. Could you please explain why you chose this slogan?
As I mentioned again, that we want to give the more access of education to everyone, and we can't be doing it just to have face to face.
Yes.
And we are only constrained to locality. Okay, we have to come up with an idea. We have to come up with a very good innovation. So TIC Digital, or a digital arena of education, is actually a move for us to actually tell everyone that we need to connect people to education. And it's a fantastic idea whereby we are connecting not only just the poor or rich people, but you can have also the underprivileged people. We can have the professors even in New York sitting with us, sharing knowledge with us with the education. So this is a very beautiful landscape. I have to say, a very good platform. So we hope that each and individual have their rights on education. We are born to have their rights in education, likewise. And for me, nobody should be understated when it comes to education. You know, whether you're rich or you're poor, you have your B40. With B40 here, because you are already, you're under below poverty line.
Yes.
I know economy is the impact now, but with the technology that helps, we can lower down the cost.
Yes.
It can make it very accessible to them. But the only challenges is how to equip ourselves. So be technology savvy and friendly. So that is actually TIC Digital, connecting people through education. So we empower them.
Okay, itu dia.
Okay, wow. Itu dia, full of energy, full of power dan juga power of TIC. Siapa lagi? So let's welcome Puan Tina.
Ya, jemput Puan Tina kita untuk bersepatah dua kata.
Hello. Hai, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, can you reach me? Okay. Oh, okay. Sekejap eh. Okay, I have to choose my background. Sekejap. Too many things in my head now. Okay, sekejap. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Khabar semua?
Waalaikumsalam.
There's teacher Zarina here. Hi, teacher. How are you?
Hi, Pontina.
Alhamdulillah. How are you, teacher?
I'm good.
Okay, it's nice to see our dearest, beautiful teacher in our Zoom platform today. Okay, hari ni kita jom speaking ya, Teacher Zarina.
Sure.
Let's speak like English. Okay, anyway, to our beloved students of online seminar A+. I wish you all the best for today. Today is your last paper. You're very fortunate because you have teacher Zarina in the house. Okay, she will be actually sharing with you her English class tips to score A. Something that I would like to share about having to actually face English, because I was not born to love English. Yeah, I'm so afraid of English. That is why from day one, if you ask all how to say pronunciation, we don't speak hardly at home. Although my parents always emphasize English, but there's like the fear, ada rasa ketakutan to actually love English and actually to score English as an A. You feel that it's impossible for you. But adik-adik semua, students of SPM 2021, remember, nothing is impossible. The sky is not even the limit. I prove it wrong. When I started not to love English, finally I fall in love in English. And with the grace of Allah Almighty,
Dia tukar nasib saya. My future started to change. I actually studied abroad in United Kingdom, and it is actually it's like a fairy tale to me, because I never thought that at first that when I feel that I can't even speak or even write in full English, but at the end of the day I managed to study English in UK. Don't you think benda tu is like nonsense kan, but it's actually a magic. It's actually a magic. It's a very magical for you to actually look at yourself today that future is just next door. Okay, give it a try. Try your best for this our last paper, English, and teacher Zarina. I am very sure she will give you a beautiful, I think, useful tips for you. Yeah, useful tips for you to score your English paper. But believe me, although we can speak English very well, it doesn't mean that we are less Malaysian. Okay, I translate that. Kalaupun kita boleh bercakap dalam bahasa Inggeris sepenuhnya, tidak bermakna kita ni akan menjadi kurang Malaysia. Okay, we have to actually master, not at this moment, it's not only 2 languages, we have to master even more. So as much as you love English, you must also love your bahasa Melayu. So it goes equal both ways, because we never know, yeah, in the global arena, especially at the international level, nowadays there's a lot of challenges. So we don't want our students to backtrack just because of English. Okay, have the love of the English. Do it not only for scoring A for SPM, yeah, not for that, but believe me, having to actually empower in English, you will be very successful in future. I believe so. Yeah, so start to love English and start to practice English, because everything needs practice. Don't worry that we are digital as a
Okay, students, sabar ya.
last year, you will also know so it's actually very kenapa
Line lag
Line.
Oh,
Break.
mungkin sebab line kot.
Sabar ya.
Okay, sudah.
ya, kenapa?
Line lag tau.
Online saya lag.
Yeah.
Just now it was not clear
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, tak ada masalah. This is just small matter. Dunia luar lebih mencabar, ya. So anyway, I will not stop the session ongoing. I hope more students will actually join this seminar. In return, I hope all of you will share this. So tomorrow we'll have a feedback with all the teachers. Dia ada recap. So saya minta semua, all of you to actually join. Again, I will see you tomorrow with the rest of the teachers. Okay, so thank you again, and all the best to teacher Zarina, and all the best to you for your SPM Score A+ English language. Thank you again. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you tomorrow for the finale. Thank you so much kepada Zul, and also to our Sir Logan. Thank you. Bye. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye.
Itu dia ucapan Puan Tina kita. Okay. So, Logan, kita tak nak buang masa lah sekarang ni kan?
Kita serahkan pada
sekejap, kita ada orang kata peringatan lah dalam sebelum kita nak mulakan program ni. Kita nak remind lah pada adik-adik kita, pelajar-pelajar supaya mutekan mikrofon anda supaya tidak mengganggulah konsentrasi ataupun fokus daripada kawan-kawan kita yang lain. So jika ada soalan, just open mic dan orang kata minta maaf cikgu, sorry teacher, I have question. Okay. Itu orang kata kita belajar adab kan. Okay. So Loga ada apa-apa nak tambah?
Itu je kita just serahkan pada Puan Zarina. Okay. Okay, all the best.
Okay teacher, boleh mula dah.
Okay, thank you everyone. Allow me to share my screen. You all see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, what do you see on the screen now?
Tips to get A+.
Get A+, okay. How about now? Okay,
Minit
can you
online.
see? Yeah, okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Puan Tina and the team for inviting me to this program. So I will use English throughout this session if possible, but if you need me to explain in details in Bahasa, just let me know, okay? Okay, now, okay, first of all, we are going to go through or to look at paper 2. Okay, for tonight, I intend to do paper 2 with you. And I know that you have finished with your 2 papers, listening and speaking. So which are already total to 50% of your English papers. So you have another 50% to focus on, okay, which are reading and writing, okay. Okay, and then let's look at what we are going to do tonight, okay. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, okay, anything, okay, and then don't be hesitate, okay, to ask me any question. You can stop me anytime or anywhere that I'm well during the session, okay, and please relax, okay, stay focused, okay, and don't be stressed, okay, that is very important, okay. I know you have gone through a lot of session with the speaking, listening for PM, for English and so on. So, okay, so don't let that be the strain for you to move on to other subjects. Okay, now, okay. So for tonight, okay, as you all know, we have English SPM, which is CEFR aligned, and this year, okay, you are going to sit for the new format, which is which comprise of 4 papers, okay, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, and paper 4. So you have completed paper 3 and 4. Now is the time for you to concentrate on paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, for tonight, I'm going to start with part 1, okay, which is on short communicating message or email. Okay, I'm sure you are all aware of this, okay, well aware of this. And then after that, I will do part 2, just on essay, okay. And if we have time, I will go into part 3, the extended writing task, okay. So for part 1, okay, let's look at what we have in part 1. Okay, before that, I would like you to answer these questions that I will share a link to this app of application, okay. So please look at the chat box, okay. I'm going to share a link, okay, so that you can, okay, in this section. Okay. Okay. So I've already shared the link in the chat box. Okay, can you all see the link in the chat box? Okay. And please click the link. Okay. Okay. Now, so I would like you to answer the question, okay, on part 1, not to say only to check, okay. By now, how confident are you in answering the part 1 questions, okay? So can you go to the link or not at the moment? Okay, can you all go to the link there, okay, and try to answer the question, because I will ask the same question after I've explained about what you will or what you can score in part 1, okay? Okay, so you just click the link and then you just use any email, okay, your Gmail or your Yahoo or whatever email that you have. Then you can go straight, okay, to the app to answer the question. So I would like to have this session to be more interactive in a way, so I can see your responses and we will share your responses online. Okay. Is there anyone who has difficulties to use the link that I share in the chat? Okay. Okay, at the moment I have about 62 students. Okay, so I will click the link. Okay, and once I click, you will be able to see in your devices or in your handphone or your notebook or your tablet or whatever that you are using, okay, the same question that you see on the slide. Okay, and I would like you just you to answer the question, see your responses. Okay, how confident are you in answering the part 1 questions? Okay. Okay. So you can just go to the answer question on the right side of your devices with the green box there. So you can click there and type your response, okay? Or you can just give your response to this question first. Okay. Okay. It's not the same question, teacher.
It's a link.
Okay. Okay, wait. I think maybe because of the line also, so it may take some time for you to get to the question. How about now?
Same.
Same. Has ended the lesson. Okay. Okay, I will okay, can you all get the question now? Is it still?
Teacher, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you give back the link, because
Okay, sure. I'll give the link again. Okay. Okay, I'll share the link in the chat again now. Okay. Okay, how about now? Can you please try and click the link that I just shared in the chat box? Okay. Okay.
I think cannot see the teacher.
Can you go to that app or not?
No, cannot.
Okay.
Still the same.
Still the same. Okay, no, it doesn't matter then. Okay. I'm not sure what went wrong. Okay, hold on. Then if you get the question of how you feeling, then it should be that means you are already in that app. Yeah. Can you see the question? How confident are you in answering the part 1 questions? Okay. Yes, can. Okay, okay, good. So now can you please choose your response, either a low, high, or medium? Okay.
No.
Okay, hold on. Somebody was asking for the link. Can you?
How come that you answering the part 1 question?
So confident.
Yeah, usually, but it's your name, how do you live? And teacher. Please consider.
Can some, okay, okay, I will share the link again in the chat. Okay.
Sudah apa ni?
Okay, it's okay. So if you cannot go, it's okay. We will continue. Okay, with the. Okay, now can you see my next slide or not? Can you see my next slide?
Can, teacher.
Okay, what is written on the slide now?
Part 1 short communicative message.
Okay, good. Okay, so can everybody see that short part 1 short
Yes,
communicative
can, teacher.
message?
Can, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so this one is on part 1. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Okay, now, okay, I'm not going to do this because you have difficulty. Okay, so in part 1, okay, as you all know, we have 20 marks, okay, for part 1, and you are going to write a short response, okay, in about 80 words to an informal message. You all clear about that, right? Okay, okay, and then, okay, this is how we award you marks for this part, okay? So we have 4 elements. We have content, communicative achievement, organization, and language, okay? So these are what the examiners will look at your email, okay? We are going to look at the content, communicative achievement, organization, and language. I'll go into detail about all these 4 later, okay? But I think you are all well aware of this, right? Okay, and the full mark for each component is 5, okay, and the total is 20. Okay, so in fact, for all 3 questions, you are given 20 marks with the same marks for each. Okay, okay. Now let's continue. Okay, can you all see this? Okay, the sample question.
Yes,
Do you all
yes,
see the sample question?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Okay. So this is the sample question. What I want you to do is, okay, it is very important for you to understand or to know what the question wants, okay, from each part. Okay, let's say for part 1, these are the things that you have to do when you first look at the question. Okay, part 1, okay, this is must answer question. That means you cannot choose, okay, you cannot choose the question. You have to answer this question. Okay, so for this part, okay, let's say we have the first question, question number 1. Okay, you receive an email from your new friend Betty, who has just moved to your hometown. So this is your first scenario. So I would recommend that you underline or you highlight the first scenario that you will get in your part 1 question. Okay, and then below that you have the task. This is your task and also your second scenario. Okay, it sounds like this. Hi, the school holiday is finally here. Okay, let's go for a picnic with our classmates. Okay, so where shall we go and what can we do there? Okay, and what should we bring? So when you get this type of question, okay, I would like you to highlight these 2 things. First is the scenarios. Okay, what is the situation? And the second thing is what are the tasks that you are going to answer. Okay, so the second scenario is you are going to have a picnic with your classmates and it is going to be during the school holiday. And okay, see the one that I highlighted in yellow? Can you all see the one that I highlighted in yellow? Okay, those are the tasks. Okay, those are the tasks that you have to address, that you have to answer. So whenever you get this type of question, please highlight or underline these things. It is very important. Why do you have to do this? Because if you don't highlight the question, if you don't know what you are going to write, then you might not fulfill the task. This is very important, students. Okay, for this semester, for this year, the new format, it is what we want to see whether you can answer the question. It's not that what you can do. We want to see whether you have fulfilled the requirement of the task. Okay, so the questions are, we have 3 questions here. What are the questions? Where shall we go? There's one question. And what can we do there? There's a second question. And the third question is, what should we bring? So these are the 3 questions that you have to answer or to respond to for this email. Okay, so these are the tasks. This is the task for you. Okay, let's move on. Do you have any question? You can just unmute your microphone. Okay. Okay, and then we go to the next one. Okay, so for this part, okay, what I want to tell you is this is the planning. Okay, of course, you're not going to write this. You don't have time to even do this when you are answering the question in part 1 in your exam. But this is for you to give a draft, okay, to yourself. When you get this question, what do you have? What you need to have? These are the steps that you need to follow. So we have altogether 5 steps for email, and I name this as gimmies. Okay, why do I name it as gimmies? Okay, let's look at what does all this acronym stands for. Okay, like for example, G. Okay, G here is actually stands for greeting. Okay, G stands for greeting. So, and then the second letter, which is I, is for introduction. Okay, so greeting, introduction. MI, okay, it actually stands for main ideas. Okay, main ideas that I will show you what are the main ideas later. And then the letter E stands for ending. Okay, ending. And last but not least is the letter S. Okay, it's actually signature, but you can just write your name. You don't have to sign your name, just write the letter S. Okay, so when you want to plan for your email, you just remember this technique, okay, that I call it as gimmies. Okay, okay, make sure you jot this down, or you can just take a photo or anything. Okay, so when you remember this, when you know the steps in answering the email, you will not go wrong. That means you will not you will fulfill all the tasks. So for contents mark, you will not have problem to get 5 for your content marks. Okay, because remember students, if you get content 0, all the other parts like communicative achievement, organization, and language will be also marked as 0. So content is very important here. Okay, you have to get the content right, then only you can get the other marks. Okay, okay. Do you have any question at this juncture? Any question, anyone?
No,
No.
Okay, are you all with me? Okay.
Yeah, proceed.
So now,
yes.
okay, so good. You have to remember the steps. Okay, gimmies. Remember for part 1 is gimmies. Okay. Now let's look at this is what you are going to do for the content of the steps that I listed just now. Okay, remember just now we have gimmies. Okay, how many steps? We have 5 steps, right? So greeting, step 1. So what do we normally write for greeting? So you can write, okay, for content, hi or hello. Okay, and then when you are writing an email, you have to make sure you use the informal remark or informal greetings, hi or hello. Okay, that will be for your greeting. Done. Now, step number 2, introduction. Okay, I. So how do you write? What do you write for introduction? So you can either write how are you, or how are things, how is it going, okay, or it's good to hear from you. So these are the samples sentences that you can use for introduction. Okay, okay, now we move on to step number 3. Okay, main ideas. So where do we get all these main ideas, students? Where do you get all the main ideas? Remember in the question just now that I highlighted in yellow? So those are the main ideas. Those are the most important thing that you have to remember, okay, that you have to answer to, that you have to address to. Okay, so remember the 3 questions just now are actually your main ideas. Okay, so where shall we go is the first question. What can we do there? And what should we bring? So these are the 3 questions which are actually the main ideas of your email. So when you do this, okay, look at the remark on the 3rd column. You must make sure to use the consistent, friendly tone. I mean, you are writing an email, so you have to make sure that your tone is friendly, okay? And use the informal register, okay? That means you cannot write as if you're writing a formal letter to your friend. No, okay? This is an email. Okay, that will be step number 3. Now we move on to step number 4, okay? Step number 4 is ending. Okay, what do you write for ending? Okay, look at the sample sentences there. You can write back soon and tell me all about it. Okay, or you can also say bye or bye for now, see you soon, or that's all for now, or write soon. So these are the sample ending that you can use, okay, in your email. Okay, this is just like your PT3 part 1, okay, when you write the email. Okay, and make sure you write the friendly ending. So everything must be friendly, okay, informal, okay, because this is an email to your friend. Okay, the last one, the last step is signature. So for signature, I would recommend that you just write your name. Please do not sign as if the examiners cannot read your name. Just write your name, okay? But I just put it as so that it sounds, it's easy for you to remember gimmies, okay? Okay, so here you just write your name. Okay, do you have any question at this point? Is that clear? Okay.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay. If sometimes I may not have time to look at the chat, you can just unmute, okay, and just ask me on the spot. Okay, now let's look at the next slide. Okay, so what do you see in this slide? What do you see in this slide?
Tips for scoring good marks.
Okay, good. Okay, tips for scoring good marks. These are the tips for you to get good marks. Good marks mean all full marks of 5 for each component. Okay, remember, I told you content is very important. So content, you must make sure you fulfill the task requirement. Fulfill means you answer, okay? You respond to that question in the task. Not that you write what you know. No, please do not do that. Okay, so you have to fulfill the task requirement. What is the task requirement? You have to write an email to your friend and answer all the questions in the task. Okay, so let's say you just answer 1 out of 3 questions, so you will definitely not get 5 for your content. So if you answer all the 3 questions and you write in a form of an email, then you can get 5 marks for your content. Okay, but if only you answer 1 question, that's just now, where you want to go, and maybe you don't have time to answer the other 2 questions, so you will not get 5 for your content. It is just the formula is like that. Okay, so as long as you answer the 3 questions and you write the email to your friend and you follow the correct format, then the content marks will be 5. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to communicative achievement. Okay, this is where the examiners will look at the correct format used. Okay, whether you have used an email to write to your friend, or whether you have used the correct register, or whether you have used the correct tone or not. Okay, remember, tone is very important. Okay, make sure the tone is to a friend, not to your teacher, or not to a company or anything. Okay, it must be the friendly tone. Okay, not the formal tone yet. Okay, for example, if you were asked to suggest a place, and then you please suggest a place in a friendly manner to your friend, and if you want to mention the activities that you want to do during the picnic, okay, with your classmate, make sure you mention it in a friendly manner too, and also things that you want to bring. So everything must be in the tone of a friendly tone. Okay, so that is where you can get 5 for your communicative achievement, or CA. Okay, next is organization. Okay, organization is where we are looking at how you link your sentences, your ideas. Okay, the use of linkers and cohesive devices. I'm sure you have heard of these cohesive devices, okay, from your teachers. Okay, and the use of all this is very important for you to get good marks for your organization. Okay, so what is linkers, or what are linkers? Linkers are actually the high frequency vocabulary like the words and, but, okay, and basic phrasal items like because, first of all, finally. So these are the basic linkers, okay? But those are not enough for you to just have in your email. We want to see your ability to use the cohesive devices. Okay, what are the cohesive devices? Okay, I think these are all the words that you have used before, okay, or you have always used, but you never know that it is being called as cohesive devices, right? Okay, so those words are like moreover, furthermore, in addition, okay, as a result, okay, it may appear, other than that. So those are the cohesive devices, okay. Make sure you have that in your email, okay, apart from the normal linkers or the basic linkers. And we also look at the use of punctuation, okay? Punctuation like the full stop, the comma, the colon, and so on, okay? Okay, that is for organization, okay? Now, for language, okay, language, we are looking at the vocabulary use, okay? Whether the words or the lexis that you use, okay, to talk about going for a picnic is suitable, okay, for that topic. Let's say you want to go for a picnic, make sure you use the correct words to be used for a picnic, okay, with a friend, going for a picnic with a friend, okay. Okay, and then your grammar, of course, okay, make sure you use the correct, the sentence structure is correct, okay, and the correct use of grammar, the simple sentence, compound sentences, complex sentences, okay, your ability to use all this, and of course the spelling, okay. Okay, so these are the criteria, these are the things that we are looking at when we are marking your part 1, okay. So I'm sure you know, and your teachers have already mentioned this with you during the classes, okay. Any question at this for about these tips, okay, with all the 4 components, okay. Okay, so I think I will just proceed, okay. There's no question. Okay, now, okay, this is the sample email based on the steps that I have mentioned earlier. Okay, this is very important. Okay, I'll give you the sample email because I want you to see, okay, the use of the use of the step that we have discussed just now. What is the technique that I mentioned just now? Anybody can just say it loud. What is the technique that I show you just that I mentioned just now? For part 1, what's the technique?
Gimis.
Yes, gimis. Okay, very good. Okay, so what? Okay, again, remember gimis. I think you know what does G stand for. What does G stand for?
Greeting.
Okay, very good. How about I after G?
Gimis.
Introduction.
Okay, good. M I?
Main idea.
Not ML, not Mobile Legend, is MI. Okay, more main ideas. Okay, I also want to. Okay, a slip of a tongue. Okay, MI means main ideas. Okay, E stand for what?
Ending.
Ending. And S stand for
Signature.
signature or your name. Okay, now let's look at the sample email. Okay, the first thing you have to write is your friend email address. Okay, doesn't matter, you don't have to write the correct email, okay, as long as it looks like an email, okay. And don't forget to write the subject, okay, of the email. So you are going for a picnic, remember the task just now. So let's go for a picnic. Okay, and then you have first G, okay, greeting, hi or hello. So you say, so here I use hi, Betty. Okay, and then the next step, remember, is I introduction. What do you write for introduction? How are things, okay, or how are you, or how are you doing, okay. It's good to hear from you, okay. I hope you are in the pink, okay. So use this for your introduction, okay. And why do you think I highlight the one in green that here? What is the one that I highlighted in green here stand for? Anyone can, what do you think?
It is short form.
Yes, okay. Why do I use short form here?
It is.
To reduce words.
Because this
Reduce
email
word.
informal.
Yes, very good. Who is that? Okay, very good, boy. Okay, that means in email you can use short form. Okay, all of you are correct. Okay, that means you can use short form to write an email. Okay, that is also an indicator that you are using it in a friendly tone. Okay, now we move on to the next line. Okay, now we are going to go to the third step. Okay, which is MI. Okay, MI stand for main idea. So MI1 mean main idea number 1. That means you're answering question number 1. Where shall we go? Remember? Okay, so how are you going to state that or mention that? Okay, I know the right place for our picnic. Okay, so here you don't straight away jump into telling the place that you want to go. Okay, you start off with something that you have. You want to indicate that you are friendly. Okay, you want to indicate that you are talking to your friend. You are writing an email to your friend. So you can just start by saying, I know the right place for our picnic. So it's it doesn't sound like formal right here. It states right. It shows that you are actually talking to your friend. This is what we meant by friendly. Okay, the tone. Okay. Now the second sentence only I introduce the place, or I mention about the place that we want to go. I suggest we go to Batu Ferringhi Beach in Penang. Okay, so here you already mentioned the place. So your content is already there for the first question. Okay, we move on to the next line. Okay, we can build sandcastles at the beach. It's a suitable place for it. Okay, so here, how do you address? You use the word we. That means you are actually talking to your friends, so we use the word we here. Okay, furthermore, okay, why do I highlight in blue here the word furthermore?
Cohesive devices.
Yes, very good. Cohesive devices. Okay, cohesive devices. Okay, furthermore, we can indulge in jet skiing or watch the sunset just like we always do. Okay, see here or not? Okay, why do I write like this? Just like we always do, to state that you and your friend have gone to this place before, or you and your friend like to do this when you went for a picnic previously. So that is how we are showing the tone of a friendly email, okay, in a friendly manner. Okay, and why do I underline the word or there? What is the word or there for?
Linkers.
That linkers, very good. Linkers mean normal, basic linkers. Okay, or okay, these are the words that you can see throughout. Okay, they are very frequent in your email or in your essay. Okay, we do not just want that. We want to see the use of the cohesive devices like the word furthermore and moreover. Okay, okay, and then remember now we are answering MI2, main idea number 2, which is activities that we can do there. Okay, remember just now question number 2. So here we have already mentioned. Okay, so your content mark has now already increased. Okay, now let's look at the next line. Okay, the words is again showing that is a contraction. You can use the short form for your email. So it's better to bring along extra clothes and a mat as well in case we need those. In case we need those. Okay, that means you are like showing that you are caring. Okay, that means you care for your friend, you care for what you might need when you go for a picnic. Okay, so you just mentioned that we can also bring extra clothes if we want to, okay, in case we need to. Okay, then I underline the word and, there is linkers. Okay, next line, moreover. Okay, again, this is another cohesive devices. Okay, moreover, tell others to bring some food and snack too because it's quite expensive there. So whatever ideas that you mention, you have to give your reason. Okay, if you notice, okay, from the first idea that I mentioned, okay, about just now we want to go to the we want to build sandcastle as the beach is suitable place for it. Okay, we want to go to watch the sunset just like we always do. Okay, we want to bring extra clothes because in case we need those. So whatever ideas, you must give your reason, okay, your point of view, okay, you must justify. Okay, and then tell others to bring some food. Why we need to bring some food and snack? Because it's quite expensive there. So remember, whatever ideas you mention, whatever ideas that you give, you must give your reason. Okay, okay, now next slide. I'm thinking of asking Kim and Tina to join us. Okay, that means now you are asking you're thinking of inviting your other friends to join you, maybe from other class. Okay, and then you mentioned that the more the merrier, right? Okay, so that is your MI3, main ideas number 3. That means you are already mentioned or you already respond to the third question just now. Okay, of what should we bring? Okay, okay, and then remember now we have already in step 3 now, step number 4. What is step number 4?
Ending.
What is step number 4? Ending. Okay, ending means you want to end your email. How do you write? What do you write for ending? Okay, you can write back soon, or I hope to hear from you as soon as possible, or let me know of any updates. Okay, or I have a bigger fish to fry. Okay, or hope to hear from you soon. Okay, I have to pen off now. So use all the phrases, okay, all the useful phrases for your ending if you know. Okay, like this one. Okay, write back soon and let me know of any updates. Bye for now. That is your ending. Okay, at least one or two sentences will do. And last but not least is your S, or your signature, or you just write your name. Okay, so this is the steps in answering the email for your part 1. Okay, so you don't have to really spend so much time for this part because you have 2 more questions to answer. Okay, and you only have, okay, how many hours for you to answer paper 2? Who can answer me? How many hours are given for you to answer this paper? This paper, not this part, this paper. How many hours?
13 minutes.
Yes, 1 hour 30 minutes. How many questions you must answer?
3.
3. Okay. Okay. 3 questions. Okay. For part 1, how many minutes you should spend for part 1?
50 minutes.
How many minutes? Okay.
50 minutes.
50 minutes. Okay. So I would
50 minutes.
suggest, okay, teacher would suggest you can spend about 20 minutes for part 1. Okay. 20 minutes for part 1, 30 minutes for part 2. Okay. And another, how many more minutes left? Okay, 70, wait, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so 90 minutes. Okay, so 20, 30, and 40. Why do we have to plan, or why do we need to time ourselves? Because we want you to answer all the questions. Okay, okay, we want you to try to answer all the questions because you can get marks. Okay, this year, okay, the marking is based on the analytical marking, not based on holistic marking. So let's say for part 2, you can only answer a few questions for your content, so you can get mark for content. Okay, but you must write. If you don't write, how are we going to mark your essay or your email? Okay, you must write something for each part. Please do that. Okay, and for part 3 also you have to spend about 40 minutes. Okay, because that is the part where you have to write slightly longer. Okay, so for part 1, only 80 words. Okay, or within 80 to 100 words will do. Okay, okay. And do you have any question before I'll go to the next one? Okay, do you have any question to ask for email? Okay, so this, okay, so this is the steps for you to remember. So you don't have to write all this when you answer your question. You just recall what teacher Zarina has mentioned. Okay, to write an email, I have to remember GIMIS. What does GIMIS stand for? Okay, I have to start with greeting. I have to start with introduction. I have to have the main ideas. I have to have the ending. I have to have the signature. That is what I want you to have. Okay, that's what I want you to remember. That is for you to remember for this last minute tips for your exam. Okay, okay. Next, we will go to part 2. Okay, let's see here. What do I have? Okay. So actually, I would like you to write the introduction, but since all of you have a problem to use the link to the app, okay. Okay, let me try maybe last time to share the link with you again. If you can't, then we will not use the app here. Okay, so I'll give you the link again. Oh, I have 16 students connected. Okay. Okay, continue. Okay. Okay, I'll give you the link again in the chat. Okay, please look at the link in the chat. Okay. Okay, I just shared the link in the chat. Okay. Okay. Okay, click the link and then if you need to type your email, just do that. And then, okay, and you will see the same slide, okay, that you see in Zoom in your own devices. Okay, and then there you can see the question. Okay, so I would like you to write, okay, hold on, okay, to write, okay, the introduction. Okay, can you please write the introduction for this question? Can you do that?
Still the same, teacher.
Okay.
It says you ended up the session.
Okay. I didn't, but it's not it's not work. It doesn't work here. I'm not know why. Okay. Because I want you I want you to have some, I want to interact with you, to see your responses in that application, so that I can share with the rest, okay, your responses. Okay, maybe it doesn't work here. Yeah, I know class point. Yeah, I know about class point, but okay, I'm going to try this one. Okay, it's okay then. Maybe you can just type in the chat. Okay, I would like you to type what do you write for your introduction. Okay, oh no, sorry, what are the questions, okay, that you have to, what are the main ideas, sorry, what are the main ideas that you have to write for this question. Okay, so let's say this is the question, part 1. Hello, this next March school holiday, my cousin and I will be visiting you. Maybe you could tell me about some interesting places in your neighborhood and what we can do there. So I would like you to write the main ideas. Okay, what are the main ideas for this question? Okay, can you please type in the chat there? What are the main ideas? Okay, the main ideas. Okay, hold on. Okay, the main ideas. Okay. So how many questions do we have here? Okay, how many questions? Yes, correct. Okay, there are only 2 questions here. So you have to respond to about some interesting places and also what you can do there. So you have to give a few places of interest, okay, in your place, and also what are the activities that you can do at that places. Okay, so it does not mean that you will get 3 questions. So maybe sometimes you will get 2 questions. So whatever it is, you have to respond to that question, either 2 or 3, but you have to make sure you highlight, okay, what you need to respond to. So here I highlighted about some interesting places and also what you can do there, okay, the activities. Okay. Okay, good. So most of you said 2. Okay, now let's move on to the next question or to the next slide. Okay. Now, okay, do you have any questions to ask for part 1? Because after this, we will go to part 2. Okay, any question for part 1?
No, teacher.
Okay, if you do, please write in the chat. Okay. I think all of you have mastered, okay, part 1. Right. Okay, by now you should have, part 1 should be at your fingertips. Okay. Yeah, 20 marks. Okay, correct. As far 20 marks, easy, correct. And don't spend too much on this part. Don't spend too much time on this part. Okay. Teacher, can I use idiom? Can, but not throughout the email. Okay. Because idiom is you can use idiom, but not throughout the sentences, not every sentences or every paragraph. Maybe you can just use one, okay, at the end of that email. Okay, the greetings are count as one word. What is your greeting? Let's say you say hi, how are you? So hi, how are you? 4 words. Hi, how are you? So 4 words. Okay. Okay, and then what else? Class until what time? Okay, can I write the place name that doesn't exist? Can. You can write about any places, but we want to see your ability to deliver your ideas and your language. Okay, it's not it's not about facts. Okay, not so much about facts. Okay. Okay. Okay, paragraph. Yes, good question. Paragraph. Yes, you can write in a form of paragraph, or you can just write in one paragraph. If you notice just now, my sample email, okay, it's not really in a form of paragraphs. Okay, it's not mentioned paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Okay, what matters here for email is the steps. Okay, remember the steps. What you need to have first. Okay, greetings, introduction, steps are important. Okay, paragraph, not so much, but you can write in paragraph and you can also write in just one paragraph, but you follow the correct steps. Okay. Teacher, what if I don't write introduction? Does my marks will be deducted? Please do write introduction. Not to say that your marks will be deducted, but you have to write introduction. Okay, you will see the importance of writing introduction in part 2 and part 3 later. Okay, even in your textbook, okay, if you remember, okay, you are being given a task where you have to write a good introduction and also a strong introduction and also in conclusion. Okay, it's very important, especially part 2 and part 3. For part 1, not so much of introduction, but you need to have something like how are you, how are things, okay, just to address that you are you are greeting your friends. Okay, okay, good. How many teacher? Okay, for part 1 paragraph, please do not count how many paragraph you must write. Okay, if you want to write 3 or 4, up to you, but remember, okay, you are only given 20 minutes. Okay, we are not stopping you from writing good good sentences or good language here in part 1, but part 1 don't spend too much. Okay, for part 1. Part 2 and part 3, okay, show what you have in part 2 and part 3. Okay, okay, 3 paragraph can. How about paragraph? Okay, can you make me a fantasy? Fantasy, you have to make sure that you respond to the task. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, don't write what you know, but write what is being asked. Okay, respond to the question. Teacher, what if the format is wrong? If you were asked to write an email, please write an email. Okay, format is wrong means your tone. Okay, your marks for your communicative achievement will be deducted. Okay, let's say you don't write the tone as if you are writing to a friend, then your marks for your communicative achievement will be slightly lower. Okay, teacher, its name at the end also have mark. Not to say there's a mark for that, but you have to write to see that it is coherence in a way. Okay, but if you like to forget or you miss it, don't be so worried about it. Okay, okay, usually email have 3 paragraph. Not to say usually you can write 3, 4, or you can just write in 1 paragraph, doesn't matter. Okay, 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 teacher, apa beza hi dengan hello? Same. Okay, in about 80 words only. Yes, 80 to 100 words, not too many words. We don't want to see we are not seeing the length here. We want to make sure you have ample time to answer part 2 and part 3. Okay, teacher, can write above 80 words? Can. 80 to 100 words. If we write 85, what will happen? Nothing happen. We will mark you as usual. Can I write more than 80 words? What's the limit? Limit is 80 is the limit, but we are giving you like 80 to 100 words. Okay, 80 and above. Okay, yes, thank you, teacher. Okay, we have to put a signature, not signature, just write your name. Okay, don't sign. Make sure you just write your name where the examiners can read your name. That's important. Okay, okay, I hope I have answered to all your questions. Okay, now let's move on to part 2. Okay, part 2. Okay, let's look at part 2 here. Okay, now, okay, maybe you don't have access to that app, but you can just write in the chat here. Now, after I have explained, okay, about how you can score for your part 1, now how confident are you in answering part 1 question? I'm sure you should be able to have a better ideas now. 20 marks is in my hand. Okay, good as far. Okay. Very confident, yes. Part 1 we can score it easily, yes. Okay, so we don't want to waste time doing part 1 now. We're going to go to part 2 now. Okay, let's look at part 2. Okay, can you see part 2 guided writing essay on your screen now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, part 2 again, you must answer this part. Okay, you cannot choose. Okay, only 1 question for part 2, just like part 1. It still carry 20 marks, and you are now have to write slightly longer text. Okay, how many words? 125 to 150 words. Okay, based on a text stimulus, we will give you a text or question for you to respond to. Okay, now, again, we are going to analyze the sample question. Okay, It is very important because we want to make sure that you answer the task, you fulfill the task requirement. Okay, it's not that you are writing about your fantasy or any other things. Okay, then look at this sample question in part 2. This is a must answer question. There's no choices. No, no choices like part 3. So write your answer in 125 to 150 words in an appropriate style. Okay, appropriate style means you must follow the correct format. Okay, normally for part 2 is an essay. Okay, essay in a way it has its own format. If you can recall what you have learned from the textbook, okay, on writing an essay, there are some format, okay, for you to follow when you want to write an essay in part 2. Okay, here, question number 2. Okay, your class has been discussing how they spend their money. So that is your first scenario, okay? That means you highlight the important or the topic that you are going to write later, okay? How you spend your money, and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about what you would spend your money on, okay? So your topic is about money, okay? Okay, in your essay, you should write about, okay, again, these are the main ideas, okay? So whenever you get the question, make sure you know where to find the main ideas and where to find the topic, okay? And what are the tasks for that question. Okay, so here the main ideas, again, there are 3 questions here. First question, what you would like to buy. So normally they will ask all the WH question for the main ideas, okay? What you would like to buy. And then number 2, reasons for your choice, or in other words, question of why. Okay, why you want to buy that item. And the third question is, where do you usually buy these things? Okay, so they are only given here 3 questions: what, why, and where. Okay, so simple question asked, but we want to see your ideas being delivered in this question. Okay, and the task below that, write your essay using all the notes, okay, and giving reasons for your point of view. Okay, so whatever ideas that you mentioned, you must provide your reason, or you must give your justification to the ideas given. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Okay, okay, here, okay, this is very important, students. Okay, planning your essay. Just now, part 1, planning your email. Now, planning your essay. Okay, here, what do you see on the left column? Can you please tell me what do you see on the left column?
Planning your essay.
Paragraph, right? Just now in part 1, do I write paragraph? What do I write in part 1, if you can remember?
Intro.
Do I write paragraph in part? Gimis. Okay, gimis, correct.
Yeah,
But
gimme.
did I write paragraph in part 1?
No. Nope.
What did I write? Who can recall?
Greetings.
I wrote there steps, can? I wrote there
Yeah.
steps. I don't write paragraph. So here, now is the one that you have to come up with paragraphs. Okay. For part 2 essay, now the paragraphs plays very important part. Okay. So in paragraph 1, okay. So before we move on further into detail, so just remember for part 2 essay, remember the technique that teacher introduced here is T and C. Okay. Just now part 1 is gimis, part 2 is T and C. Okay. What does T and C stand for? Let's look at what those letters stand for. Okay. So paragraph 1, okay, introduce the topic. Okay, that means in other words, you have to write the introduction. So here again for part 2, introduction is very important. You must write your introduction in paragraph 1. Okay. So what do you write for your introduction in paragraph 1? Here you will write about the topic of money. Remember just now when we highlight in the question how they spend their money. So that is your topic. Okay, that is your topic. Okay. So in paragraph 1, you are going to just talk about the topic of money. You don't go into what you want to buy yet. Okay, just talk about money. Okay, in general as your introduction. Okay, that would be your T. T here stand for topic. Okay, so here teacher give T for paragraph 1 as topic. Okay, talk about money and its importance. Okay, Now let's go to paragraph 2. Now paragraph 2, we go to the letter N. What does N here stand for? Who can tell me? Okay. What does N here stand for? What do you think N here stand for? N1, N2, N3. Bukan note 1. It's not note 1. What is N here? Okay. N here is actually stand for all the three here, all the three main ideas here. Okay. Why do I write there as N, not MI? Because MI is just now in part 1. So for part 2, okay, they actually refer to here. Write your essay using all the notes. Okay. Because of the word notes here, that is why teacher come up with the letter N. So that you can remember, N here stand for notes. So notes 1, note number 1, note 2, and note 3. Okay. So paragraph 2, you will talk about, or you will describe what you like to buy, and it's detailed in paragraph 2. So that is your N1. Okay. Note number 1. Okay. And then paragraph 3. Okay. Then remember, second note is about the reason. So when the question asks you for reasons, okay, that means you should write more than one reason. Okay, at least 2 or more. Okay, but not 1. Okay, now that will be your paragraph 3, reasons why you want to buy the item. So that will be your N2, note number 2. Okay, the next paragraph, which is paragraph 4. Okay, here again you are going to talk about the place. Okay, in the main ideas just now, the question asks you to where do you normally buy the item? So you are going to talk about the place you normally buy the above item. So you put it as N3. Okay. And last one is paragraph number 5. Okay. So here is the letter C. So C here stand for? C stand for? Conclusion. Okay. Conclusion. Okay. So what do you write for conclusion? So you can conclude your essay by restating how you spend your money. Okay, I mean you will restate, okay, how you spend your money based on what you have discussed in the paragraph before. Now you state again, okay, what you want to buy with the money, and also a concluding sentence. Okay, a concluding sentence. It can be a future, what you want to do with the money in future. It can be something in the future. Okay, so that will be the concluding sentence. So we will see the sample after this. So what I want you to remember is, for essay part 2, remember the technique that teacher introduced tonight is T and C. Okay, T stand for what? Again?
Topic.
Topic. And?
Topic. Notes.
Notes. Okay, C? Conclusion. Okay.
Conclusion.
Yes, so you need to have here, if you can see, I give you 5 paragraphs, okay, but you can write more, but at least you must have 5 paragraphs, okay, or even if you see your textbook, the sample essay given, they are all in paragraphs, but not to say that each paragraph you must write very long sentences, no, okay, as long as you have all these ideas, okay, like introduction. It's very important for you to write, you must write the introduction for essay or even in part 3, okay? And then after that, you can go to your notes, or your main ideas, and last but not least is your conclusion. So introduction, main ideas, and conclusion. 3 important things in your essay, okay? Okay. Any questions? Let's look at the chat. Okay. Yeah, good. Okay, T and C, topic, notes, conclusion. Okay, so this is maybe can be your last minute tips that you can remember, okay, for your part 2 essay. Okay, now let's look at, okay, so again, when you want to plan for your essay, okay, this is what you can do, T and C, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So paragraph 1, what do you have in paragraph 1?
Topic.
Okay, paragraph 2?
Notes.
Notes 1. Notes 1.
Notes 1. If you only have 2 questions, so that means you only have note 1 and note 2. Okay. But if you want to add another ideas, you can write in paragraph 3. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. And then paragraph 5, what do you write for paragraph 5?
Conclusion.
Okay. So remember introduction, main ideas, and conclusion. So T, topic in paragraph 1. And for notes, 1, 2, or 3, and C for conclusion. Okay, so here, again, this is the marking part, okay, for part 2. If you can see, the same marks are given for even part 2, part 1, part 3, but, okay, for content, okay, the expectation is the same for all parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. You must address, you must answer all the tasks given, then you can get 5, okay? But for communicative achievement, for organization and language, slightly different than in part 1. Okay, so we will look at what are the differences. Okay. These are the tips for you to score good marks in your part 2. Okay, so again, okay, remember for content is the same with part 1 just now. You have to fulfill the task requirement, but here you have to write an essay. Just now in part 1, you have to write an email, okay, and answer all the 3 questions in the task. So if you have all this in your essay, marks for content, you can get 5. Okay, you can get 5 marks for content. Okay, and then move on to CA. Okay, CA means communicative achievement. Okay, here again, you must use the correct format. Okay, for an essay, register. Okay, register means the connectors. Okay, the set phrase, how you want to start your paragraph. Okay, and the tone. Okay, but now it's not an informal email anymore. It is an essay. So make sure you use the correct tone, not to a friend, but slightly formal tone. Okay. And then you must make sure you have the introduction about the topic of money, plus your own ideas and reasons, and organization. Okay, now look at the differences here. So here, organization, just now in part 1, they don't mention about paragraphs. Okay, but here it mentioned about paragraphs. So each paragraph focuses on a separate idea. Okay, so please, each question or each note you write in one paragraph. In one paragraph, just talk about one idea or one note. Okay, so that we can see the flow of your essay. Okay, don't cram everything in just one paragraph. Okay, please separate your paragraph. One idea, one paragraph. Okay, now, a variety of cohesive devices. Just now in part 1, okay, they don't have this word of variety. They only mention about the use of cohesive devices. But now here, we want to see the variety use of cohesive devices, okay, to link ideas. That means more than 2, more than 3 cohesive devices should be present in your essay. Okay, like just now the words therefore, moreover, furthermore, in addition, other than that, and so on. Okay, so we want to see the use of this in each paragraph. Okay, in each paragraph. Okay, yes, any questions? On the other hand, yes, correct. Okay, other than that, okay. Okay, now for language. Okay, language. Just now for language in part 1, they just mentioned vocabulary, grammar, and spelling. But here, okay, you can see they want you to use, okay, appropriate use of some less common words. That means they want to make sure that you are capable of using some less common word. What is some less common words? Who knows what is some less common words? What do you understand by the some less common word? What does it mean? Anyone?
Is it short form?
Okay. Any other response? What do you understand by the phrase some less common words? Some less common words here means the use of not the everyday words, not the word that you are familiar with. Okay, you should be able to use some words that are not really being used in everyday situation. Okay, like some bombastic word, some sophisticated words. Okay, so you should be able to use that. Okay, and you must be able to use it appropriately. Okay, that means must be correctly used. Okay, and for grammar, we want to see your ability to use the simple and some complex structures. Okay, simple and complex structures. Okay, and if you have errors, so errors is not errors do not impede meaning. Okay, errors do not impede meaning. That means errors do not change the meaning of your sentences. That means we can still understand your sentences, and the errors that you have is not going to change the meaning of that sentences. Okay. Okay, can I have someone? Okay, can you please mute your microphone, please? Okay. Okay, next. This is the sample essay. Okay, please pay attention to this, everyone. Okay, so remember just now the technique for essay part 2 is T and C. Okay, again, T stand for
Topic.
and
Not one, not two, not three.
Not one.
okay, very good. C.
Conclusion.
Conclusion.
Okay,
My
now
pleasure.
let's look at how do I start my paragraph 1 or introduction or the topic. How do I introduce the topic? Remember the topic of money. Okay, so you can just start off your topic of money by writing something about money and its importance. Okay, so you can say many people say money is not important in life. I beg to differ. Okay, you have to give your opinion. I think that money, to me, money is important. Okay, to buy our necessity to survive in this challenging world. Okay, without money, we cannot continue our daily routine life. With money, we can buy a lot of things like food, clothes, and books. So you can see, I have not gone into the notes yet. Okay, I did not touch about what do I want to buy with my money yet. I just talk about money and its importance. So whatever topic that you will get, okay, you have to do like this. You have to introduce about the topic first. Don't go into the main ideas yet in paragraph 1. Okay, for paragraph 1, just introduce about the topic. Okay, in 3 or 4 sentences. You don't have to write very long sentence, a very long paragraph. Okay, we want, of course, I know most of you are able to write longer essay and so on, but remember the time. Okay, we are fighting with the time. We want you to make sure, that you have time to answer part 3 later. Okay, so this one is within 125 to 150 words. 50 words. So we want to have a very short and concise ideas here. Okay, short and brief ideas here. Okay, if you write very lengthy essay and you have a lot of grammar errors, okay, a lot of mistake, so there's no point, okay, of you doing that. Okay, what important is you answer the questions. Okay, you have all the you use the correct format. Okay, and you fulfill the task requirement. Okay, now we go to paragraph 2, which is the first note. Okay, what is the first note just now? N1. Do you remember what is the question for N1?
About money.
Yes, what you want to buy. Remember what you would like to buy. Okay, question of what. Okay, first they ask question of what. Second is why you want to buy that. And third is where. Okay, so remember first question, what you want to buy. Okay, let's look at the paragraph. Okay, second paragraph. Okay, why do I highlight this one in green? What is that in green? What is that in green?
Cohesive devices.
Yes, cohesive devices. Okay, so you can see in every paragraph there are cohesive devices. Okay, or you can also have that in the middle of the sentences or in the to start the sentence. Okay, so you can say first of all or to begin with. Okay, if I have money, okay, I would like to buy a laptop or a tablet depending on the amount of money I have. Okay, that means if you have lots of money, you can buy a laptop. If you have slightly, not much of money, not that much, you can buy a tablet. Okay, then however, okay, remember paragraph 2 is only about what you want to buy. You don't go into the reason here yet. Okay, don't go into the reason here yet. Okay, you just talk about what you want to buy, the item that you want to buy first, and how do you come to that. Okay, how do you get the idea of buying that item? So you tell here in paragraph 2. However, I never thought of buying a laptop until I saw my friend, okay, with her brand new laptop during our group presentation at school. Okay, so that is how you come to a decision of buying a tablet or laptop because you have seen your friend using it, okay, during the class presentation, okay. So that is where you get the idea of getting one. Okay, it has been on my wish list since then. Okay, now with online learning, having a laptop is a blessing. Okay, can see or not? How do I start my paragraph 2? Okay, just want to mention what you want to buy. Okay, you want to buy a laptop here, and how do you get the idea of buying that laptop? Okay, now paragraph 3. Now only you talk about the reasons why you want to buy a laptop or a tablet. Okay, that will be your N2. Okay, note number 2, reasons. Okay, if you look at the question again just now, sorry, I'll go back to the question. Okay, here, what you want to buy? Reasons for your choice. This is in note, okay, note number 2, reason for your choice. Okay, so reasons for your choice. Okay, that would be in paragraph 3, note number 2. Okay, one of the reasons, okay, so this is a start set phrase. We call it as a set phrase. You can start your paragraph with this phrase. Okay, one of the reasons for buying a laptop is the storage capacity, where this is where you can have the complex sentence here. Okay, you have more than one ideas in one sentence. Okay, where I can store more files as compared to my phone. Okay, so why you want to buy a laptop? Okay, because you can store more file compared to your phone. So that is one of the reasons you want to buy a laptop. Okay, in addition, so this is a cohesive devices. In addition, I can comfortably do my homework and assignments on a laptop than a smartphone with a bigger screen. So this is the second reason. Okay, first reason, because it has more storage to store your file compared to your phone. Second reason, you can do your homework or assignment in a laptop, okay, better or more comfortable compared to your handphone, okay, with a bigger screen. The best part is you can get a laptop at cheaper prices. This is another reason, okay, why you want to buy a laptop, because now as the demand for it is very high, so the price of the laptop has gone down, okay, for it is more now to as the demand for it is more now to accommodate home-based learning, okay, home-based learning, PDPR, home-based learning and teaching, okay. So that is your N2, reasons why you want to buy the item, okay, that is your note 2. Okay, and then go to paragraph 4. Okay, remember paragraph 4, what is the next question?
Where?
Paragraph 4.
Where you get the item?
Where do you want to buy the item? Okay, let's see how do teacher do this. Okay, where you want to buy the item? I usually buy gadgets at PH and Co. Okay, you just give any places, or if you can recall the name of the places that you normally buy electrical items or gadgets, you just mention here. Okay, I usually buy gadgets at PH and Co. or electrical shops like Banhuat or Sankyu. Okay, or Sanheng or whatever. Okay, why do you buy that? Because they offer reasonable prices. Okay, with lots of vouchers. Okay, plus excellent after-sales service. Okay, so you tell the place, you mention about the place, and you give the reason why you want to buy, why you normally buy at that place. Okay, because they give good prices and they give excellent after-sales service. Okay, moreover, okay, another cohesive devices. Moreover, I rarely bought gadgets online through Shopee or Lazada because I have doubts about their warranty periods. Okay, plus the extra shipping charges that may be incurred. Okay, so these are the reason why you buy your gadget at that places and not at other places. Okay, so you are actually doing a contrasting idea here. You buy at this place, why? And why you don't buy it online? Okay, because I have doubt about warranty and then about the extra shipping charges. So if you can get your idea, you can put your ideas like this, it will be very good for you to score good marks for your part 2 essay. Okay, so this is for note 3. Okay, the places, okay, where you normally buy the items. Okay, now so we have discussed about the main ideas in details, okay, from paragraph 2 to paragraph 4. Okay, now the last paragraph is on the conclusion, or C. C is for conclusion. To sum up, okay, so you try to use words that are not really used in everyday situation, like in conclusion. So try to use something different here. Okay, that is what we want to see. Okay, the use of some less common words. Okay, use of some less common words. Okay, to sum up, I would rather spend my money on an important thing like a laptop, with the fact that it can help me in my studies and for my future. Okay, that is how you restate why you want to buy the item. Remember, conclusion, you restate what you want to buy with your money. And here you can give maybe one idiom or one good saying or one phrases. Okay, you can use here. Okay, as the saying goes, a wise person should have money in their head, but not in their heart. I mean, you should follow your mind, not to follow your heart what you want to buy. You just follow what is needed, okay, or what is essential, okay, not to follow your heart. Okay, so this is for your conclusion. So if you can see in each paragraph, you don't have to write very long sentences, or you don't have to write many sentences. Okay, just about 3 or 4 sentences will do. So for this essay alone, I think it is more than 150 words. More than 150 words. It's about 190 or something. Okay, so just nice for an essay, 125 to 150 words. Okay, okay. If you spend too much on this, too much time here, you won't be able to write for part 3, which is slightly longer essay. Okay, okay. Any questions at this for? Any question? Incur any charges that may be imposed. Incurred mean imposed. Okay, incur mean that may be imposed. Okay, blessing. Oh, okay, that means bertuah lah. Okay, let's say now if you have laptop, okay, with the online learning, is something that answer, okay, your wish that come true. Blessing means your wish come true lah. Okay, that's what blessing mean. Okay, part 2. Okay, okay. Teacher, each paragraph, how many words needed? Okay, we don't really count that to that extent. Okay, Shaliza, we make sure that we give all the appropriate details for each paragraph. Let's say paragraph 2 about what you want to buy, and then make sure you give your reasons. Okay, and not to really count the number of words. Okay, for each paragraph. Okay. Okay, teacher dapat markah ke kalau guna firstly, secondly, thirdly? Okay, good. Firstly, secondly, thirdly is an everyday words. Okay, is very common words. Okay, I would not suggest you to use that in your essay. Okay, instead of using firstly, secondly, you can use first of all or to begin with. Okay, okay, and then secondly, this is just like for giving steps. If you are mentioning, if you are giving, if you're answering question like giving steps or procedures, then you can use firstly, secondly, thirdly. Okay, but this is not about giving procedures. Okay, don't use firstly, secondly, thirdly. Okay, I will not encourage that. Okay, teacher, should we write the number of words below? You don't have to, actually, you don't have to. Okay, maksud incur ialah menanggung. Yes, okay, good. Teacher, I need notes about bombastic phrases. Okay, I will share some in the LMS. Okay, I will share some good phrases or useful phrases in LMS, or you can also refer to your textbooks. Okay, textbook, they also have language bank. If you look at your textbook, okay, on language bank part, okay, the box there, you can see very useful words for every parts, actually, for speaking, listening, reading, writing. They give you all the good use of language. Okay, language bank. Should we count and write? You don't have to count and don't have to write. Please don't. You might be wasting your time. Teacher, can we use penanda wacana to start? Yes, you have to use. Ahmad Azimuddin, you have to use penanda wacana. Okay, in bahasa we call it penanda wacana. In English we call it as cohesive devices. Please use that in each paragraph. Okay, and please read your textbook, the sample essay. They are very useful, actually. Your textbook is very useful. Okay, because they show you all the sample essay for each, for article, for report, for essay, for email. They show you all the sample essay there, and they also use all these cohesive devices. Furthermore, in addition, okay, please do that. If you don't believe me, you please look at your textbook. They have all that. Okay. Oh, just guess the word counts. Not to really ask you to count the number of words. Okay. You can if you have time. Okay, you can count number of words if you have time. First and foremost, yes, good. Okay, first and foremost, okay, thank you Farzana. What else? Teacher, I need a notes about bombastic. Okay, teacher, kalau kita tak tahu perkataan dalam bahasa Inggeris and tinggal kosong je untuk perkataan tu, kena. Okay, okay. Do not use any other languages than English. If that word does not come to your mind at that time of writing, you just don't leave blank. Just come up with any words that comes to your mind, but don't write in bahasa. Okay, don't write your mother tongue language, or don't write in bahasa. Okay, please use English. If you cannot remember the word, try to find simpler words. Okay, but don't leave blank. If you leave blank, your sentences might be hanging. So when you are doing that, that means the examiner will not be able to catch what you want to write. You cannot get the meaning that you want to write for that sentence. Okay. Teacher, boleh tak pada bahagian penanda wacana tu saya tulis soalan tu? Soalan? Penanda wacana tu tulis soalan, tak faham. What is that? Daniel, boleh tak pada bahagian penanda wacana tu saya tulis soalan tu? Tak faham. Okay. Teacher, if they give 2 notes only, so I will just need to write 4 paragraph? Yes, you can write 4 paragraph. No problem. Okay. Or you want to maybe add on, okay, the next paragraph for other ideas. Yes, you can write 4 paragraph as long as you answer all the task requirement. Teacher, essays that will come out in SPM based on the SKP textbook. Not to say essays, but the theme. Okay, the themes that will be asked will be based on textbook themes. Okay, like you have online shopping, sports, what else? Holiday. What else? You have about helping people. Okay, so the themes will be asked based on the textbook. Not to say the essay from the textbook will be out for your SPM. No, okay. Means which we have learned in the SKP before. I mean the themes. Okay, I'm talking about the themes. Okay, of social issues, about what moral values and so on. Okay. Sorry, saya tak faham. Story apa? Okay, story. Okay. Story don't have format. Just answer the question and make your story. Okay, yes. Story actually you also have format actually. Okay. Okay, example like I would like to buy is, okay, yeah. So far, I think I have addressed all the questions asked. So now, let's move on to the next slide, okay, that we are going to do, okay. Okay, any question and answers? So I have answered all the questions there. So now, can we go to part 3 now? Because it's already 9:35, okay. Part 3 will be extended writing task. Okay, for part 3, okay, how many questions will be asked in part 3? How many questions will be asked in part 3? How many questions will be asked in part 3? 3, yes, correct. Okay.
3.
So most of you wrote 3. Okay, what are the questions that normally will be asked in part 3? Okay. You said 3, so what are the 3?
Article, review, and story.
Okay, article, review, story. Okay. Article, report. Okay, either article, review or report. No, article, review, report or story. Okay. Okay. I mean, first question normally will be article. Second question will be review. Third will be normally either story or report. Okay. But they can also ask about other format like formal letter. Okay. So whatever in the textbook, okay, you have to know all the format. Okay, if you can refer to your textbook at the slightly large last pages, okay, you have all the format of report, review, story, formal letter, informal letter. So please do read that format. You have to know all the format. Okay, not to say that you only need to, unless you want to go to specific essay, like you want to choose article, so you don't want to see other question, but maybe on that day, okay, in the question you may not be able to write good ideas or to give good ideas for that article. So you have to look at the other questions. You still have to look at the other two questions. Okay. So not to say that you can just think of or you can just concentrate or focus on just one question. No, please try to focus on two questions, like maybe article or story, or article and review, or report or article. So you please try to focus on two. Don't just focus on one. Okay, it might be very risky. Okay, because maybe on that day, that question you want to answer, like maybe article, is you don't really have ideas to write about those about the question. Okay, so focus on two. Okay. Okay, now for this part 3, I'm going to talk about article. Okay, on preference. Okay, it is based on slightly last few chapters of your textbook. Okay, article that show preference. Okay. Okay, so this is a task that you must complete. Okay, from the 3 questions given, still carries 20 marks. Okay, here you have to write a longer text between 200 to 250 words. Okay, so the task comprise of an article, review, report, or story. Okay,
What
article,
happened is
review, report, or story. Okay, so formal letter, it can be in one of these 3 questions. Okay, next. Okay, again, same marks given for each component of content, CA, organization, and language. Okay, all 5 marks each. Okay, but the expectation will not be the same like part 1 and part 2. Okay, here, please look at this very carefully. These are some tips for you to score good marks for your part 3. So now we are looking at part 3. If you remember just now, part 1, part 2, we have discussed the same thing, the tips for each component. So for content, I told you it's the same. Okay, that means the expectation, the criteria that the examiners is looking, it's the same. Okay, the fulfillment of task requirement. So you have to answer the question given, series of questions to be answered. Okay, some they may write in a form of points, some they may write just in one sentence. Okay, so you have to identify them. Okay, either they write in a point form, like just now part 2, they write in a point form, right? In part 1 just now, they don't write in the point form, they just write in one short paragraph. Okay, so whatever it is, you have to identify what are the main ideas. Okay, for CA, again, you have to make sure you use the correct format. If it is an article, must make sure you use the correct format of an article. If it is a review, okay, you must make sure you write the correct format of a review and you use the correct tone. Okay, okay, for organization, again, for part 3, we have in a form of paragraphs, still in paragraph. Okay, each paragraph focuses on a separate idea. Okay, now again, okay, look at the one that I highlighted in yellow here. Okay, just now in part 2, they just mentioned about a variety of cohesive devices. Here, okay, again, here they mention a variety of cohesive devices with generally good effect. That means you use all the cohesive devices and they give good effect to your essay. If you use just for the sake of using, but it doesn't give good effect, then it is not being appropriately used. We will not consider that to give you good marks. Okay, make sure whatever cohesive devices that you use, they give good effect to your sentences. Okay, this is what we are looking for. So again, these are the sample of cohesive devices. Therefore, moreover, other than that, and so on. Okay, all these are cohesive devices. Okay, next for language. Okay, language again. Here they want you to use a range of vocabulary. That means a range means not just one, not just two, throughout a range. Okay, a range of vocabulary, including less common ones appropriately. That means the use of good vocabulary, okay, and you must use it appropriately or correctly used. Okay, and also again here, a range of simple and complex grammatical form with control and flexibility. A range, again, a range means throughout your essay, a range. Okay, Not just one, not just two, but a range. And occasional errors and slip may be present. That means you still can have errors, but they do not impede the meaning. Errors can still be, although you have errors, we can still understand the ideas of your sentences. It does not change the meaning of your sentences. Okay, so this is for language. Okay, any questions? Okay. Okay, how much paragraph for part 3? Okay, good. Later we'll see how much paragraph. I prefer review my grammar. Okay. Okay, teacher. Okay. Okay. How much paragraph for part 3? Okay, later we'll see. Okay, yeah, at least 5. Got it. 4 paragraph. Okay, teacher, in part 3, does it has a high chance have review out of 3 questions? Most probably there will be article and review. Only the question number 3 they might ask either report or story. Okay, most probably I say most probably. I don't say that yes, but I say most probably. Part 1 will be article, part 2 will be review, and part 3 will be either report or story. But okay, you have to prepare for all. You have to know all the format. Okay, how to improvise grammar? You have to practice a lot of, or you have to read. Okay, have to read, and then have to read the sample essays. Okay, read a lot. Yes, good. Okay, teacher, if wrong format, how will mark? Wrong format. Wrong format we will penalize you in CA. Okay, here communicative achievement, your marks will for that will be lower. Okay, format will be in CA. That means we will look at the use of format in CA. That means if you write not in the correct format, or maybe you miss out 1 or 2 format, like writing an article, you don't write the title and so on. So your marks for CA will not be full marks. Okay, that is what we can do. That's what we do. Okay, review have a format too. Yes, of course, review have a format. Okay, yes, very good. Please refer to your textbook. Okay, textbook have everything. Okay, from format, from use of cohesive devices, they have everything there. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now this is for article. Writing, how to write an article, showing preferences. Okay, if you have your textbook with you there, you can, I think this one will be, I'm not sure what page is this, but this is in the textbook. But I choose the question where you have to write, okay, the task, okay, the task that you have to write, okay, not the sample essay, but the task. Okay, so you can, if you have the textbook, you can refer to slightly last maybe chapter, maybe unit 11 or unit 10, I'm not sure. Okay, okay, okay. Kalau part 3 dapat markah ke kalau guna linkers? You have to use linkers. Not to say kalau dapat markah, you have to use linkers and cohesive devices. Linkers, of course, it will be throughout, like the word and so, but okay, because furthermore, all that, those will be throughout. We want also, we want to see the use of cohesive devices. Okay, got format for review? Yes. Story don't have format. Story also has a format. Okay, story also have a format. Okay. Teacher, in the English essay, can we write any syair pantun like Malay karangan? Oh, okay. Not to say throughout, maybe you can just write one idiom, okay, toward in the conclusion, okay, or in your introduction or conclusion, you can write idiom or good phrases. Also, you can use. Okay, you can also use good phrases. Okay. Okay. Example, I'll give the example of all these idioms and phrases. Just now, your friend was asking about words, okay, phrases. Okay, I'll share in the LMS. Okay, make sure you can log into the LMS. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, 184. Okay, thank you, Amir. Perlu letak nama atau tak payah dekat bawah title tak? Okay, nama no need. Name is not needed. Okay, only the title. No need to write name below the title. Okay. Part 3 guna TIC juga ke? No. See what is on the slide now? Okay, for part 3, this is slightly longer. The acronym teacher give here is slightly longer. Okay, what is the acronym for part 3 now? TQP RRP. Okay, remember part 1 just now, what is the technique that teacher gives? Part 1?
Grimis.
Gimis. Bukan gerimis, gimis.
Gimis.
Sebut gerimis pula. Sekarang hujan kan, gerimis dah pula. Gimis, tak apalah, gerimis pun berkrimis lah, teringat gerimis lah kan. Okay, gimis. Yalah, if you know what is gimis, you must know what does each letter stand for. So, okay. Greeting, introduction, main idea, ending, solution. Solution pula, signature. Okay, part 2.
TNC.
TNC. Topic, notes, conclusion. Okay. Now, part 3, TQP RRP. This is only for article. Okay. Part 3 article, remember TQP RRP. Okay, what is TQP RRP? Okay, this is an article showing preferences. Okay, you want to write an article, show which one you prefer. You prefer to study online or you prefer to study face to face. Okay, that is a sample question. Okay, which one you prefer? You prefer to eat outside or you prefer to eat at home? Okay, so first, this is your plan. Okay. In every essay, there must be a plan, but you don't have to write this. Just that you, when you see the question, you remember, okay, teacher Zarina said, okay, for article, first you must have the title. Okay, and then step number 2, paragraph 1, you must write QP. What is QP? Who knows what is QP? What does QP stand for? Who knows? What does QP stand for? QP here actually stand for question and preference. Q stand for question and P stand for preference. Because when writing an article for introduction, paragraph 1 is introduction. Okay, paragraph 1 is introduction. You advise, okay, to write an introduction by asking a question. Okay, this is also in your textbook. Okay, if you can remember, I'm not sure which paragraph, which page, but there is one where you guide to write a strong introduction by writing a question. Okay, and after you write the question, you state your preference. Okay, we'll see the sample after this. Okay, paragraphs 2 to 4. Okay. Here on the left, 1 to 4 are the steps. Okay, don't get confused. 1 to 4 are the steps, not the paragraph. Okay, paragraph is where I wrote that. Okay, paragraphs 2 to 4 is R. What is R, teacher? What is R? What do you think is R?
Reason. Good.
Yes, very good. Okay, so T title, QP is question and preference. R is reason. Okay. So many reasons to write about 3 paragraphs? Yes. Okay. If you can see here, 3 paragraphs alone to write reason. That means each paragraph, you must come up with 1 reason and you have to elaborate, give your point of view. Okay. Remember, student, this is part 3. Okay. This is not part 1 or part 2. This is part 3. Okay. You have to write very detailed. Okay, and you have to justify your answers. Okay, step number 4, the last paragraph, okay, or the conclusion paragraph, the concluding paragraph, okay. Paragraph 5 is RP. Okay, what does RP here? RP means, yes, very good. RP stand for, you have to restate your preference. Okay, you have to mention your preference again in the last paragraph. It's like you recap what you have mentioned or you have discussed in the previous paragraph. Okay, so RP. So remember, for article showing preference, TQP RRP. Okay, remember that. Okay, next. Okay, this is the sample question. Okay, sample question for article. You see this announcement in an English language magazine for teenagers. So my favorite way to eat. Okay, then this is the question. Okay, now, where do you prefer to eat? At home, at a restaurant, or somewhere else? And write an article about your favorite type of place to eat, explaining why you prefer it. Okay, so now let's look at how we analyze the question. Okay, so same thing for part 3. Whenever you get the question, you must highlight all the main ideas. You must highlight the introduction. You must highlight the conclusion. Okay, so here, T is the title here. My favorite way to eat is the title. QP, question and preference. Where do you write that? Here. Where do you prefer to eat? At home, at a restaurant, somewhere else? This will be your question and preference. You will state that. And then, okay, the other 3 paragraphs, you will write your reason. Okay, write an article about your favorite place, your favorite type of place to eat, explaining why you prefer it. 3 paragraphs. Okay, that means you have to give 3 reasons. Each reason must be very detailed. Okay, detailed explanation given. Okay, next. Okay, here, this is the first paragraph and also the title. Okay, so remember, this is T. Okay, the title, my favorite way to eat. Okay, and then paragraph 1. Okay, let me we go to title and T and QP. So let's look at how do teacher come up with the questions. Okay, for an introduction of an article. Okay, with the current pandemic situation, do you think it is advisable to eat at a restaurant although the vaccination rate has increased? This is what I say by asking question. Okay, you ask question that relates to the topic. Okay, so when you ask the question, it is one of the ways you can start off your article. Okay, for your introduction for an article. Okay, personally, then you give your preference. Personally, this is your P. Okay, preference. I prefer eating at home and spend quality time with my family. Okay, this is for your paragraph 1. Okay, QP, question and preference. Okay, so this is the sample 1. Okay, any question do we have? Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, okay, this is paragraph 2. Remember, paragraph 2 is R. Okay, R1 to R3. TQP done, now is R means reason. Okay, reason number 1 in paragraph 2 alone talk about the first reason why you want to eat at home and not at restaurant. Okay, first of all, okay, this is your cohesive devices. First of all, when you and your family eat at home, you will pay less. This is your first reason why you want to eat at home, because you will pay less, or you can save your costs when you eat at home. Okay, in other words, it means that you want to save a cost, save cost. Okay, you will pay less than eating at a restaurant because, okay, when you give your reason, you have to justify. Why do you say that you pay less at a restaurant? Because when you buy food from the market, you buy for better quality and a better price. Okay, and then you also need to control your ideas. Okay, you have to also give your opinion about why you don't eat at a restaurant for the same reason of paying less. Okay, if you eat at a restaurant, you cannot bargain or compromise the quality of the food you eat. Okay, so you can see or not, how do we give our reason, we justify, and we give the contrasting idea of not going to a restaurant with the same reason of save costs. Okay, this is how we come up with the reason 1 in paragraph 2. Okay, next. Reason number 2. Okay, just now reason 1 is save cost. Reason 2, what is reason 2? Okay, let's look at how do teachers start the paragraph. Just now, first of all, now apart from that, okay, make sure you use the appropriate cohesive devices. When you eat at home, you know everything that has been added to your mom's cooking and knows the cleanliness of your own kitchen. So this is the second reason why you want to eat at home and not at a restaurant. Okay, because of the cleanliness. Okay, I think it is also one of the questions in your speaking, right? Where you prefer to eat at home. Okay, home cooked food, right? Okay, because of the cleanliness. This is your second reason. Okay, then you give your idea for not eating at a restaurant for the same reason of cleanliness. If you eat at a restaurant, it is impossible to check on this. Okay, you cannot go and check at the restaurant whether they are clean or not in the kitchen. You cannot even go to the kitchen. Okay, so you cannot do that when you eat at a restaurant. Okay, moreover, okay, again, another cohesive devices, you know, if the food was washed and cooked well. Okay, so you add on other reason why you don't want to eat at a restaurant because of the cleanliness. In other words, eating at home is healthier than eating at a restaurant. Okay, so this is the second reason on cleanliness. Okay, next. Okay, I may have to go faster, okay, because of the time. Okay, so please, maybe you can just take a photo or something. Okay, paragraph 4 is on the third reason. Reason number 3 of why you want to eat at home. Just now, reason 1. What is reason 1? What is reason 1?
Less price.
Okay, reason 2?
Cleanliness.
Okay. Now reason 3 is in the form of comfortable. Okay. So eating dinner or lunch at home is far more comfortable than dining in public crowded places. Okay. So you want to mention the reason is comfortable. So you just give example. Why do you say comfortable at home? Okay. You can enjoy your favorite dishes and can be more relaxed at home than in a restaurant. Okay. So you can enjoy yourself. You can relax. Okay. In addition, okay, you can dress comfortably and casually even in your pajamas. Okay, so you cannot do that when you go out. You have to dress up. You have to wear your mask. You have to wear and everything. You have to start your car engine and everything. So if you are at home, you can be relaxed. You don't have to do all that. Okay, you can even sit in your own favorite chair or on the sofa or on the floor in a comfortable position. So all this showing the example of comfortable. Okay, the reason of comfortable. These are the example of the reason of comfortable that you gave earlier. Okay, but don't forget to also give in the form of not going to restaurant for the same reason of comfortable. But if you're at a restaurant, depending on the number of people, you may be assigned to specific seat. That means you cannot choose your seat. Maybe yes, but most of the time they will ask you, okay, how many of you are sitting? Okay, how many people here? Okay, so they will be assigned to specific seat. Okay, you cannot choose your favorite seat and so on. Okay, so this is the third reason for eating at home, not at a restaurant. Okay, next. The last paragraph. Remember, last paragraph is RP, T, title, QP, question, preference, R, reason. Now RP. Reinstate your preference. You mention again why you prefer to eat at home. Okay. To summarize, okay, I believe that dining at home is superior to eating at a restaurant or at a food stand for reason of cost. So you bring back all the 3 reasons in this last paragraph. Okay. You mention all the 3 reasons here, but you can mention in other words, but they mean the same thing. Just now I mentioned pay less, right? So here I mentioned in the form of cost, okay, for the reason of cost. And then cleanliness, I put here as health and comfort. So you reinstate your reason here, okay, your preference of not eating at a restaurant, okay. Although I enjoy eating out once in a while and usually do it once a week, I couldn't do it every day. So this is your concluding sentence, okay, concluding sentence. So this is how you write your conclusion, okay, your conclusion for an article. Okay, any questions? Do you have any questions? Okay. Okay, any question? Wait, hold on. Okay, wait, I need you to answer this feedback. Okay, before you do that, can you please look at okay, can you please look at this? Okay, paragraph 1 again. Okay, sorry, I know, right? This is, yes, yeah, speaking test is about home cooked food. Okay. Oh my, this was similar with my speaking test. I know, right? Okay, teacher, can you share the slide in the Telegram group? Yes, I will. Okay, good. Teacher, sorry for asking how to target paper 2. How to target paper 2? You have to make sure you understand the question, what it wants, okay, and you respond and all the task requirement, okay. Underline all the question asked, the main ideas, very important. Can I see the paragraph 1 again? Okay, thank you, Asfa. Okay, may I know? Okay, please. Okay, may I know how to write article? I don't get it. Okay, I'll share the screen. Okay, I'll share the slide in the Telegram. Okay, okay. Format for story. Okay, yeah, I will also give you the format of story in the Telegram group. Teacher, is there any word limit? My teacher says. Okay. Yes. The words limit given is 200 to 150, but you can write more if you have time. Okay. Yes, if you have, you can write more. We are not going to stop you from writing. Okay, I know you are capable of writing good essays, but what we want you to know is we want you to be able to answer all the questions. We don't want you to miss answering one part, which will be very risky for you. Okay. Telegram, you are in the Telegram group, right? Okay. Okay, I'll share the slide there, or even in the LMS. You please go to LMS. I'll share my slide and notes in LMS. Okay. Okay. Then please leave your feedback for the next session by scanning the QR code, or I will also share the link here. Hold on here. Share the link here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I will share the link in the chat now. Okay, for you to, if you cannot scan, you can just leave your feedback for the next session. Okay. Okay, I can see some feedback already. Okay. Okay, please either scan the QR code or use the link in the chat. Okay. Okay, I'll stop sharing first. Okay.
Teacher.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, anyone?
Where is the link, teacher?
The link to the Mentimeter. Okay, do you get the link to the Mentimeter for feedback tonight? For the next session, feedback, do you get it or not?
No,
Okay,
I didn't get it.
Okay, wait, I'll share it again. Okay, hold on. I copy the link and I put in the chat now. Okay, did you get it? Oh, okay, hold on. I think I share it. Okay, there you go. Okay, you get it? Okay. Okay, so I can see some of you have already give your feedback there. Okay. Paper 2, okay. Okay. So is there any other things that you want to ask? Yeah, I think it is not difficult to pass your paper 2 with flying colors, everyone. Okay. So long that you know the format, you know how to tackle the questions. Okay. We are not actually looking for very flawless essays, but we want to see that you can fulfill the task requirement. Okay. So So we want you to write a very compact and concise essays. Okay. So please, those who are really very good in writing essays, you might be having problem to do part 1. I know part 1, you tend to write longer. Okay. Please control yourself and do that in part 2 and part 3. Okay. For part 1, it's very direct. Okay. Don't spend so much on in part 1. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Please remember all the technique that I shared just now. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay. GIMIS, TNC, and TQP, RRP. Yes. Okay. I'm so sorry, I may not be able to discuss all the other parts in part 3 or the other format like story. I'll share in the LMS, Okay. 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 So I think if there is no other question, let's just go through it again. Okay. Teacher, do we have to put sincerely greeting in part 1? Sincerely greeting. Sincerely. Your sincerely, is it? Normally that one will be at your signing off. No need to put signing off. Okay. Yes, I will share my slide. Okay, and I'll put some other format in the slide. Okay, not just article. I put story, review, report, a formal letter, even formal letter I have. Okay. In either Telegram or in LMS. Okay. If you have scanned, then yes. Okay. 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 Yes. GIMIS is actually from your form 3. Okay. Yeah, from your form 3. Okay. I think I will pass the session to the moderator. Okay, for tonight. I'm sorry for taking extra time. Okay. Okay, welcome everyone. I hope you can do your best for your exam on the 7th of March. Okay. Please make use of all the tips that you think will be useful for you, that can be helpful for you. I'm here to give you the best, okay, for you to remember and to do well in your exam, not just to pass the exam like what Puantina mentioned just now, but most importantly is for you to learn, okay, the use of the language for your future, okay, not just to pass the exam, okay. As you all know, education is a lifelong learning. Okay? It's a lifelong learning process. Okay? Not just to pass the exam. Okay. Okay, over to is it Cikgu Muhammad Zuhaimi or to Logan? Okay.
Okay.
Welcome everyone.
Terima kasih kepada Teacher Zarina atas perkongsian ilmu berkenaan dengan tips dalam jawab peperiksaan SPM Bahasa Inggeris kertas 1 dan kertas 2. So diharapkan apa yang telah disumbangkan, apa yang telah dikongsikan oleh Teacher Zarina, apa yang telah diberikan ilmu oleh Teacher Zarina kepada adik-adik, semoga adik-adik dapat orang kata implement, maksudnya orang kata gunakan ilmu tu dengan sebaik-baiknya, bukan sahaja untuk SPM sahaja, tetapi untuk kita gunakan pada masa akan datang dalam kehidupan kita seharian. Okay, so terima kasih sekali lagi kepada Teacher Zarina kerana orang kata atas orang kata pengorbanan masa untuk malam ni dan berkongsi ilmu dengan adik-adik SPM. Even bukan orang kata bukan student sekolah sendiri, tapi orang kata semua student di Malaysia sekalipun. Kita kata satu orang kata pengorbanan yang besar lah untuk guru-guru kita ni. Okay. So untuk peringatan dan reminder kepada adik-adik bahawasanya untuk program malam kita telah pun tamat pada malam ini, iaitu malam terakhir untuk subjek Bahasa Inggeris, dan keesokannya adalah grand finale, maksudnya orang kata sambutan majlis penutup untuk program SPM Pro Max edisi yang kedua. Okay, so esok saya minta kalau mana yang free datang untuk join Zoom ni. Mana kami akan share link dalam Telegram group. Okay, so harap datanglah, harap orang kata bukan datang secara fizikal tapi datang orang kata secara alam maya lah. Kita masuk dalam Zoom, kita tengok apa pesan-pesan ataupun orang kata pesanan daripada Puan Tina kita esok, dan juga ada seorang motivator yang kita akan jemput dari luar. Dan kita dengar sama-sama lah untuk program esok, itu Grand Final Day. Okay, so diharapkan saya doakan pihak kami, pihak TIC doakan semoga adik-adik orang kata dipermudahkan urusan dalam menjawab peperiksaan SPM dan seterusnya peroleh kejayaan yang cemerlang. InsyaAllah dapat mengembirakan hati ibu bapa dan juga cikgu-cikgu yang telah orang kata berkorban untuk kita selama ni. Okay, so okay, untuk yang terakhirnya kita kat gambar dulu lah, kita screenshot gambar kita. Okay, so mana yang boleh on camera, kita on camera. Nanti pihak admin siap sedia lah, kita ambil gambar ramai ni. Okay, so dia dah semua. Sekejap. Okay, mana yang boleh on camera, kita on camera ya. Okay, nanti pihak admin akan orang kata akan screenshot semua ni gambar kita untuk orang kata jadi orang kata jadi kenangan. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, senyum lagi. 1, 2, 3. Okay, lagi last. 1, 2, 3. Okay, terima kasih semua. Okay, boleh off dah kalau nak off camera. Okay, so kita berjumpa esok pagi jam 9.45. Platform Zoom dah dibuka. Kita akan start program terus pukul 10. Okay, so kita jumpa esok semuanya. Dan Cikgu Zarina kalau free esok bolehlah masuk sekali. Okay.
InsyaAllah.
Okay, alright. Dan segala kekurangan untuk malam ni, pihak TIC, pihak kami mewakili pihak TIC mohon maaf. Okay, yang kurang tu disandarkan kepada diri saya dan yang baik itu disandarkan daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Okay, so kita tutup majlis kita dengan tasbih kafarah dan suratul As. Innal insana lafi khusr.